They say motivation is something you want. Discipline is something you need. Obsession is something you have to have. I'm going to show you what I wanted, how I got it, and how I was obsessed to get there. All right, today we have a wicked episode. We are touching the fitness industry. We're here with Kendal, the owner of Strong Studio and The Vault, recently opened. Her onboarding form was just like paragraphs upon paragraphs. So I'm going to Cole's notes this one, okay? So she went from playing varsity soccer, which built her standard for discipline. And then from there, she's grown up in a home with an entrepreneurial father. She got a taste for the corporate world, working for Nikon cameras. I thought it was Nixon. I don't know. And then she had a little side hustle of like coaching, training, used her own body to experiment, and then she jumped into it full time. That led to a brand new location that we're in today, which is awesome for letting us use the space. And then a second business flourished from there. And then on top of that, she recently competed in a physique competition.
Bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding. Yeah. And then on top of that, she was nominated for Small Business of the Year in the local, I guess, Dufferin Board of Trade. What is it, gala?
Yeah, gala.
Like a gala?
Yeah.
So we'll let her introduce herself, and then we'll jump right into the episode. So Kendal, camera's all yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Kendal. I'm the owner here at Strong Studio, like AJ mentioned. We've been open now, 4 years. 4 years. That's just crazy. In June. Crazy, yeah. We spent the last year renovating this amazing space that we're in, so we're super excited. Now 1 month in, our clients are absolutely loving it. Yeah, that's me. That's Strong Studio.
From her onboarding form, I thought she was gonna be talking over me the whole time. I'm like, 2 questions on, she'll just run with it from there. So soft-spoken, and she said she was a little nervous before this. But we're gonna put her on the spot. So the most valuable source of knowledge is experience. And you built your business on passion, a hobby turned lucrative. Mm-hmm. From there, you tested the waters with your own body and then implemented it into friends and family. Mm-hmm. Right? So I find my consulting business was kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. I got off the tools, guys asked me for help. How'd you get off the tools? Do you have any advice? And that snowballed into the business, 100%. Right? So at what point, how did this play out? At what point did you turn around and say, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, so I was just kind of a certified trainer on the side, and I was training people kind of for fun. And it's weird in this industry because your certifications kind of mean nothing. It's a little bit of a fluffy word, unfortunately. There's not much regulation to it. So
let's dive into that. So what are the regulations?
There are none. So
why get a certification?
Yeah, that's the interesting part. Is it's a lot of the certifications are just a weekend course or something that you would do, which is a little bit frustrating. So the knowledge of experience is number one in this world, and kind of learning as you go, or learning from mentors or your peers and things, because all of these certifications that you can get are really fluffy. Here, for example, though, at Strong Studio, all of our trainers are deeply certified, and then we do our own onboarding monthly kind of check-ins with
So you hold your own standard.
Exactly. We hold our own standard here, which almost outweighs kind of the industry standards.
The industry's here, and then we supersede it.
Yeah, 100%. So that was kind of me getting certified by myself on the side. Like you said, I kind of just did a lot of my own findings and my own education in the field. I started training out of a gym when I was living in a different town, training clients, and then so many of my clients were like, you need to do this full time. And at the time I was working at Nikon full time on their marketing team, and it was just something that I could only do this passion part time. It just didn't make sense. And then the opportunity came to kind of open up my own thing. I grew up in the Caledon area, so it was really nice to be able to do it in our own home, basically, our hometown. And then we opened, and it's just been growing ever since. Everyone has been so accepting of us here. I think we hold kind of that gap in the industry of your private training.
Yeah.
We don't have open gym.
We do have a lot of the commercial gyms here, and a lot of the open 24-hour key card gyms, and not
fobs.
the
Yeah, for sure. So people really kind of respect that.
Yeah.
The I guess the I don't want to call it like a hierarchy, but they respect like the prestige of coming.
You're paying
to
a premium
something
for
like
an
this.
experience.
Exactly. It's the experience. It's the kind of energy environment that we've created in here, and it's a premium space that you get, and it's.
I do love the space. Like, do you think your marketing or anything had something to do with? No, because when I walked in here, it wasn't just a gym. It was like you're walking into like a lifestyle brand.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a conventional gym.
Mm-hmm.
You're walking into something a little bit more. Was your marketing kind of helping out with that?
100%. And I think too, a big thing when you're growing a business, especially in the fitness world, it's such a vulnerable thing already, walking into a studio or walking into a gym. A lot of our clients have never been in a gym before. This is their first time ever walking in. And they've reached out to us because they know we're a little bit more of that private aspect.
Yeah.
So creating a space that's actually like warm and welcoming and not really intimidating. Everything is neutral when you walk in.
I walk in here and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's send it. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I'm like, there's so many here. Like, they have 75s. Conventional gyms don't have 75s.
You know, it's not overwhelming. It's very just like calm. I find it's calm until we blast the music, obviously.
Yeah, right.
But so people really like that. They appreciate that. And then from like a branding perspective, like just like sleek, you know, it's not overwhelming. It's something that's just welcoming when you walk in. I think that's super important. Yeah.
So where you are today, looking around the space, is this where you envision yourself when you first said, I'm going to go and do this? Like, is this like kind of like, this is the way I want to train people. I want to be one-on-one. I want to be more intimate.
Yes, yeah.
So like looking at the space, it's one of those like, this is what I wanted to offer to people when you first started, 100%. Or did it change, right? Like,
I think no, 100%. I honestly, when I first started, like from the gym side of things, when I finished soccer, I like was training more functional, obviously sports focused, athletic based at that point. And then when I got into the strength world, that was my first time ever even going into a commercial gym. And I was the type, I literally would walk on the treadmill for an hour because I was like, everyone is looking at me. I don't even know what that is over there. I'm not even gonna, you know? So I would just go and walk on the treadmill for an hour. And then I was like, I need to create something. I need to create a space where the me's of the world right now actually feel comfortable to go in. There's a lot of that. And there's so much of that, unfortunately. It's such a, it's sad, to be honest, how much.
Yeah, and I find a lot of the people that feel like that, they don't realize, like, a lot of people that are actually there at the gym doing better for themselves are more inviting than they think.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I would never criticize someone for being in the gym.
100%.
And I take like fitness pretty seriously. So I'm there every day. And it's one of those, like, if I see someone new, I'm like, okay, let's go. Like,
100%.
What do you need? Like, how can I help you?
Coolest thing.
You know what I mean? 100%. But people have this perspective where it's like, we were talking before we jumped on camera. It's like, they have this like perspective like meatheads or like they're just dumb, you know, gorillas, like, oh, lift weight, ground up. Like, it's like,
I lift weight.
So that's me working out. So I'm going to be honest. That's me. The coach will turn to me and I'm like, what am I doing? They're like, get the weight from there to there. I'm like, okay, that's easy.
I like to lift heavy things. I don't know.
That's it. The art of life is a constant readjustment of your surroundings. So you're, when I was looking at your onboarding form, you said there was no end goal for success. People are constantly changing, life's adjusting. So let's feed off that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a huge thing for me. And you know what? I didn't know that at the beginning, to be honest. You always think you know what your end goal is, but every time you reach it, it just gets shifted. Right?
I don't know. My end goal is kind of sitting on the beach at Cabo, but whatever. Like you can have your own end goal.
I totally get that.
And lift heavy things. That's it.
Lift heavy. I feel like in an entrepreneurial's mindset, I bet you'll always have something going on behind the scenes.
Oh, literally.
Right?
And
that's what I mean. It's like you reach that one thing, and like your end goal is probably just chilling at a cottage wherever, Cabo. But you still got grind going back at home.
Oh, I'll be doing something there. Yeah,
exactly.
It's 100%.
It's always that mindset of like proud but never satisfied. Where you're just like, what's that next thing, right? And it's just like the evolving of like you learn, you grow. Okay, what's next? Learn, grow. What's next, right? And
so let's kind of go off the beaten path here, because I like something you said there. Do you find when you first started, you like integrated with your clients, you built the business, you kind of scaled up, and now you've turned more into like a visionary, creating the space and like what you're offering your clients and so forth?
100%. Yeah, that's truly. At our old space, for example, we literally only had personal training. That was it. It was very like narrow focused. We were like, we're going to stay in our lane.
Yeah.
We're just going to do what we know we're good at, and then we'll see from there, right? With all of this, we've implemented online coaching now for all of our clients. We have within our building here, we have like clinic services now. We have group classes, nutrition coaching, mobility coaching. We've kind of grown out that way. And then from like a visionary perspective, it's just like to me, I'm always like, what more can I do? What more service or like offerings can I provide for my clients? And I think that's why our clients really love this too, because it's not like transactional. It's it's relationship based.
You're buying into
like,
each other.
We buy into this like lifestyle and this journey, right? And that's what we're trying to do. And at the end of the day too, in the whole fitness realm, if you can't figure out a way for fitness or health or whatever it is that you're focused on to work within your lifestyle, it'll never grow with you. There'll be zero longevity to it if you're just like doing it to do it, right?
Exactly,
If you're just like, if it's an in and out and it's a transaction, like I said, it's just gonna, good luck carrying it long term, right?
And there's so many different avenues to fitness. And that's what I love about the episode today is like, we're gonna touch on the fitness industry. And I love being fit. I love going to the gym. And people don't realize that there's so much more to it than just showing up for an hour and going. Like when you're saying like you have the clinical services, you have like a nutrition coach, like showing up is only a tenth of the battle. Like literally, if you really want to get fit and like dial into like your goals, it's so much more than that. Like,
100%.
you know, you got 23 other hours in a day. You got to like
100%.
eat healthy and make the right decisions and stuff like that. So like being able to like walk into a space, you being the visionary and create an avenue for people saying, hey, which road do you want to go?
For sure.
Okay, clearly you're fit. You've been to the gym before. You're just looking for a new experience. You got that covered, but we have everything else covered. So you're almost like capitalizing no matter who walks through the door on like what they need specifically. You know what I mean?
Exactly it. It's a personalized service for their own, like customizable for their needs, and that might change too over time, right?
Yeah.
They might come in thinking it's one thing, and you know, during conversation, onboarding, all of that, we shift, and then a couple months later it shifts again, right? And that's the great thing about the journey is there's none of that end goal. What's the finish line?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Even within this.
And we'll get into the whole one-stop shop kind of online coach thing. We'll talk on that after about being saturated. So I always use the analogy of like moving the goalpost forward. I find myself like before I would set the goalposts and I'd get close to them, I'd move them 5 feet. And as I succeed more, instead of moving them 5 feet, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna send them 20 feet. And then I'm gonna set my goalpost 50 feet. I tend to move the goalpost more now as I have more proof of concept with what I succeed in.
Yeah.
Getting to this point in this space, like, was this a big goalpost move or like, what would you tell fitness? I didn't really dial that in with you during the episode, but like, I want you to reach out because you've seen success. You've opened 2 locations. You have the brand. You have the full package here, right? So like, put that out there to other people thinking of opening a gym or people just starting with their one-on-one. Like, you as a person, how are you moving the posts and how far are you moving them now? Like, was going from your last location to here a big move? Was opening the second location, was it like when you got your first clients, like, well, maybe I can handle 2 more? Was that like, was it incremental for you is what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, the weird thing is like, and you probably experienced this too, it's just a series of little decisions over and over and over again, and then one day you wake up and you're like, what the frig? You know, like and then you think back and you're like, oh, every day I just had to make a decision. And that one or that one or that one, wherever it went, none of them are really wrong or right. It just led you to that next
Something was
thing.
moving the needle.
Something was moving the needle, exactly, right? And then you look back and you're like, oh, I just made a series of decisions and then it led me here. And then I also think, this is a big one for me, is I almost like climb into this imposter syndrome thing where it's so big and it needs to be talked about more, honestly, where it's like, if you just start acting like
T-Dog's laughing. I talk about this all the time.
I love
He's
it.
laughing.
I love it
He's
so
laughing.
much. I find if you just start acting like the person that you want to become, you will literally become that person.
Yeah.
And I always say this, that I am rather than I will be. Like,
Well, there goes
I
one
am an
line in my
entrepreneur.
notes. Like, God, she's jumping the gun here.
It's like, I am an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
I'm a freaking online coach. Like, I grow people's confidence. I do this, I do that. Not like, that's what I want to be. You know, like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a good communicator.
Yeah.
I want to be a good speaker. No, you know what? I fucking am.
Yeah. Finally, we broke the shell. Now she's starting to like get out there. So, no, honestly, I love that because like I'm big on operate where you want to be, not where you're at. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you listened to other episodes. I've said it before. When I first started AC Custom, I'm like, I want to be a bigger company.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I do this? Google second email address, admin@acustom.ca. I'm like, okay, my name will be Michelle. And I operate 2 email addresses.
Yeah.
Like I had an administrator in the
Yeah.
office. And people were like, hey, Jay, yeah, I talked to Michelle today. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like this. And then they're like,
That's
she's so quick.
amazing.
We just talked about that. I'm like, I'm doing it from my phone.
That's amazing.
So I actually like operated like 2 different
That's
email
so
addresses
cool.
and pretended like I was somebody else, right?
Totally. But then when did you get a Michelle? Look at that. You probably have someone doing that now.
Well, yeah, and then the best part is
Exactly.
I already built out how they're supposed to do their job. So I'm like, hold on, this is how I did it. And they're like, what do you mean how you did it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, so I'm a big believer in operate where
love
you
that.
want to be instead of where you're at,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I
Like,
love that.
I literally stand in boots a lot bigger than I'm supposed to.
Same.
But I feel like that's scaled my business
Totally.
a lot faster than
100%.
it needed to be scaled. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are like, you built up your business so quick, why don't you just sit back and relax? I'm like, well, my business wouldn't be where it is if I just coasted until now. Like that's why it's moving so fast, is because I did that. I took the leap and I'm like, you know what? I want to be $1 million business. I'm going to be $1 million business, right?
100%.
Kind of thing. So like, I love that you're able to do that.
And sometimes those are scary too. Like sometimes those leaps
Oh, yeah.
are scary, but it's just something you do, and you make that decision, you do it, and then you learn and you grow, or you learn, you adapt, you know, it's every choice you make, you're going to learn something from it.
Yeah.
And whether it's a setback, maybe it will be, but you'll learn another thing then, or it's something that makes you progress and move forward, right?
But I think if you're operating at a bigger capacity, you tend to become more resilient.
Totally.
So like as like I take on new challenges or I'm taking on new goals, I'm at the point where it's like I've had so many shit kickings in the past where I'm like, well, I'm gonna take this chance, and if I get a shit kicking, I know I can handle it.
Totally.
Like you become resilient to it. You build calluses
Yeah.
and you become like
Yeah. Oh,
numb to
man,
it almost.
my
Like
calluses.
no, but like it's true. Like even like a bad client, people are like, oh, this client's gonna be a pain, and I'm like, we've had 10 of
Yeah,
them.
if that's
What
the
do you worry-
worst of it,
I
we're
will take
good.
it all day. Like yesterday, I was at an estimate. They're
Yeah.
like, well, we got to rip out the fence and move a post here. I'm like, how far? They're like, a foot. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's our problem today? All day.
And you know what? I read something recently, and it was like, if your problem is in the grand scheme of things this little, that's a good thing. You know,
Yeah.
like how cool is that? That like our problem is this, that you had to rip some grass out, or
Yeah,
whatever
exactly,
it was,
right?
And it's like those things, you just can't focus on them either. Like
No.
you got to triage those things, especially as a business owner, entrepreneur. Triage is such a big thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have so many problems come in on the daily, fires that you have to put out. Triage that shit like your life depends on it, because it'll take over your life otherwise. And you won't be able to operate, you won't be able to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was actually at the Small Business Enterprise, which you used to be a part of, and one of the, I guess administrators there, she said to the younger entrepreneurs, like, if we had a bowl full of everyone's problems and you had yours in your hand, would you gamble to put yours in and pull out a different one? And I'm like, I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, I've heard like a similar story to that. I'm like, no, not
Yeah,
a chance. I'll
yeah.
take my problems all day.
Same,
You know what I mean? They're
100%.
problems, but I'll take them.
There are problems, but you also like, and that also touches onto the topic of the unknown too.
Yeah.
A lot of people are almost scared to creep into that unknown, right? But it's okay too, though. Like it's okay to just stay in your lane
Yeah.
and stick within that, and then kind of measuring between the two.
So with building up the success, building the Brazilian, and the second location, the personal I guess, experience you've built. It's literally a white glove service. Let's be honest. It is, right?
Yeah.
Like, where does fulfillment fit in that? Like, for you?
Oh, it's the whole thing, honestly, and that's what.
Like, is it the client walking in the door for the first time, and is it just as fulfilling as the client that's been there for 5 years?
Yeah. I think they're equally as fulfilling for sure. I think it's such this industry in general. If you get the opportunity to work in this industry and make it your career, if you can, it is so rewarding from the get-go to be such a big part of someone's life that you're changing them forever. And we've had oodles and oodles of success stories of clients that have come in. That in itself is so fulfilling from like a trainer-client perspective, whether it's day one for them or it's 5 years down the line, right? Seeing them progress, the confidence. It's really nothing even to do with like the physical changes, physical attributes. It's all here.
The
That's
mental
the
change
biggest,
is just like...
Yeah, crazy. Eh?
It's just... I find just being physically fit and physically or mentally healthy, when you walk in a room, you feel it indifferent.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, if I walk a room and I'm looking good in a shirt and I have this confidence and I have this like clear head where like I walk in, people like they navigate, like they migrate to you.
Totally. 100%.
And like the trust is already built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, okay, this guy's confident. This guy is like clear headed.
Yeah.
He's thoughtful. He's thought through.
Yeah.
You know, he talks like I guess like resourcefully.
Totally.
And like if I encounter someone like that and I'm like, and we have to do business together, I'm like, okay, I already have a little bit of trust here. Like, you know, because like you've proven it in yourself.
Totally.
And if you can fix your own like mindset,
Yeah.
you can fix anything. Like it's so big.
To be able to like to confidently demand a room in a way, like to be able to walk in and hold that like level of demand within a room is huge, right? From a business perspective. And they say some of the best entrepreneurs and business people they focus on fitness big time. It's a big part of their life.
100%. And I know I'm a little bit huskier, but like I show up every day. Like I lift heavy things. That's what I do. Like, you know,
we lift heavy things from the floor and up.
Yeah. I'll run my 5K. I'll lift heavy things. I'll skip 100 times and I'm done. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much my standard. If someone's dying in a fire, I can carry them out and I can run enough to get safe. That's where my standard ends. Right.
Done.
So let's talk a little bit about like clearly running this business and building the studio or Strong Studio has been, I just look at this place as like a studio. Like it's not just a conventional gym. It's like a full like blown studio. Clearly it's wearing, like it can wear on someone mentally, like scaling it up, growing it. So why the vault? Like, was that just an opportunity or was that just like, I don't have enough fulfillment, or was it just one of those like, fuck it, send it, let's see what happens? Like,
yeah, you know what? Option 3.
Was it? Is that what it is? And that's a typical like entrepreneur right there. And that's what I love about the podcast. It's like raw stuff. Like if you follow her on social media, you're kind of like, she has it together. She has it like planned out, and she just admitted it was like, yeah, fuck it, send it.
Yeah,
like,
let's go. Let's see what happens. No, we kind of were just like, it was a really cool space that we saw, and it came up on the market, and the space was just it's basically an old bank, and that's why we call it the vault. So it's a really unique historic space. There's a lot of history there within the town that it's in, and when I walked into the space, I truly was just looking at it for an investment purpose. And I was like, I'll just lease it out. I'll get a good tenant in, some type of business, can operate main floor, great. And then I walked in and I was like, holy shit. I was like, this could be a studio. And I was like, let's go. Let's send it.
I love that.
And literally 2 months later, we opened.
That's crazy.
Insane.
So that's a quick turnaround too.
It was quick turnaround, really quick turnaround. But it complements this space well.
Yeah,
they're in 2 completely different towns. They kind of operate individually, but it's...
I'm sure you can pull some SOPs and systems from here and kind of help you piggyback off there, right? And that's a linear way to do it, right?
For sure. And I think we were able to open so quick and efficiently there because I had done it all here already, and I had grown the team here. I had grown all the processes. everything was already in place and it was just plug and play
Right, yeah.
over there, right? And
So we have strong default. Let's dive into competing.
yeah,
Like,
that's my
why?
love.
No, but like, why put? I've had friends compete. Like, I've done like a fitness challenge or something like that. But like, I don't know. I must have been like 19 or something. I had a friend competing, and he said, I'm just starving. I'm like, just eat a fucking apple at that point. An apple a day keeps the doctor away because I can't. The sugar. And I'm like, what? One apple will throw you off.
It's not about that. It's
That it is about that. It is about that. I'm a half a mortgage payment stopping at McDonald's,
So
okay? So like, I would not survive not being able to eat an apple. Like,
it's the principle of
Yeah.
it. So it's a purpose. There's a big why behind it. If you don't have a why, why do you do this? Why, you'll fail in that sport. For me, because bodybuilding is so structured, you eat at the same time every day, you eat the same foods, you're sitting, like, it's such a structured thing. You do cardio steps every morning, workouts same time every day. That helps me operate at such a higher level when it comes to business, because I don't have to think about those things. I don't have to think about when am I training, when am I doing all that. So from that perspective, when I pair it with business, I love it. It keeps me dialed in. It's just every category of my life, I am so dialed into a process. And honestly, it is unbelievably rewarding to put yourself through something so daunting, I guess you can say, and challenging mentally.
I love the
physically.
challenging. I love the mental part of it. I just don't see myself being able to physically do it. And it's true. It's like, if someone can't see themselves doing something, I think this is with everybody. It's like, if you can't see yourself doing it in reality, it's unreasonable for someone else to do it, which like I'm bad for even suggesting that, but it's like, but then people look at my schedule, and like I was just talking to T-Dog, he's like, how do you get up at 4:15 every morning? I'm like, you just get up and do it because I have so much other shit to do. That's my time blocking. Like that, I have to do it. So
100%.
I like that. I like the idea of challenging yourself. I think not enough people challenge themselves.
For sure. People are scared too.
Yeah, and I had a friend say, which I do like this, and I think you can resonate with this, is like, when someone says like you're preparing for a competition, right? And someone's like, you're wired different. Like you're almost taking away from the hard work you did by downplaying it, saying, well, you're just wired different.
It's just who you are.
It's just who you are. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wait, they're also kind of downplaying themselves, saying, like, Kendal's just normal. She just puts in a little bit of harder work, a little more consistency, a little more dedication. So like, she's not wired different. She just has her why. She has like her structure. She has it dialed in, and she's disciplined. You know what I mean? But you see what I mean? Like how people can downplay someone else when like people look at me and they're like, you're wired different because you get up at 4:15 every morning and go to the gym. I'm like, but like, no, don't downplay me. I'm just like you. You
I just make the choice.
Yeah, you just make the choice, right?
100%.
So with the mindset whole thing, you have coach, you have business owner, competitor, and what was the other one? I had a note there. Yeah, and the small business nomination this year. And then you got responsibility like building the team, building out like everything you need. Like how do you find yourself switching hats? I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs don't talk about. Now that I'm talking to serial entrepreneurs, like young entrepreneurs, I talked to a few of them on the podcast. I try to network with them, help them out. But I love having that one-on-one conversation with a serial entrepreneur where it's like, this is a thing for us. Like it's hard to take off one hat and put another hat on. Like it's like just switching it on a dime. It's like, because no two businesses, I know your businesses are aligned, but like the problems at the vault versus here are different. The clients there and here are different. The team there and here are different. So it's like having to take the hat off instantly and put it on. People think it's like, well, you shut down at 3:00 here and you have a client at 5:00. I'm like, 2 hours isn't a lot. It's not a lot to take off one hat and put on another hat, right? Like, so how do you manage like wearing the multiple hats and transitioning between them?
Yeah, I think it's even less than 2 hours, to be honest.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I'm being graceful here, but I've literally had
back to back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. It's something I think for me, like I've just really tried to put processes in place to be able to shift and adapt. I think the great thing about this industry as a whole is you can be raw and you can be real, and people kind of like that. They grasp it and they like the authenticity and the vulnerability of that. So in a way, I can just be myself 90% of the time.
Do you find that helps build comfort and trust with clients? Because like, if I walk in and some guy that, you know, is just like so structured, like Hulk and this and that, I'm like, well, I can never be like that. When a client walks in, sees you're real and authentic, it's kind of like, well, she's just a normal person.
She's a normal person, right? Like your trainer's not some like fairy god that, you know,
some of them think they are. Some of them think they are, okay? Like, I do not get along with a lot of them like that. Like, I don't.
Ours here, not
yeah,
like
no,
that.
I'm just saying, like, at some of those like commercial gyms, I'm just like, fuck off. Like, the best of the pointers too, where it's like, have you thought about? I'm like, bud, relax.
I know.
Like,
but you want to know the issue is they're just trying to sell you.
I know.
That's a big thing in this industry, unfortunately. It's like, it's so sales focused. And why is it like that? It's like, these are actual humans that are coming in that are, like, this took a lot for them to come in here. 90% of the time, like, this is, they would be rather doing 100 different things than come in here for a tour and look around a space like this, right? The last thing we need to do is make it even more challenging for them and feel like we're like shoving numbers down their throat, right?
That's true.
Just be real, just be authentic, talk about your own journey, right? Talk about, like, connect with them, build relationships. It should be a space that they feel like comfortable in and they can just be themselves and hang out. That's what we're really big on. Just hang out, come have fun. Get your ass whooped the odd time.
Yeah, right.
Learn something new.
I know. I'm dreading that. We're going to try and do a workout after this.
We're going to do a workout.
Yeah, so we're going to see
I'm
how
going
that
to put him
goes.
through a leg day.
Oh, God. Thrusters this morning. I can't even walk. It hurts to sit here during the podcast. It's like hurting. Don't worry about your competition. You don't have to beat everyone. You just have to give people a reason to choose you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the oversaturation in
Holy moly.
the fitness industry, because I know it's like,
Oh,
I think get like 9 DMs a day. Like, if I post my sauna talk, I was like, you're at the gym, bro, I can help you. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm done my workout, chill.
Yeah. The fitness industry is one of the most heavily pushed influencer market there is. Like, it's up there with like food, things like that. It's so influencer focused, the fitness industry, that there is way too much garbage knowledge out there, and it's hard because then, you know, your people on the street, Gen Pop, we call them, who are just around, they're getting fed so much information and they don't know left from right. How do they know what to follow, who to trust, how to, you know, and it's so frustrating on our side of things when we are really like educational based and like we do have the proper knowledge, and there's some areas where there's not a right and wrong, but there's some areas in this world there's a really big right and wrong, and it's obviously important to find that right education, but unfortunately it's a lot of the influencers are just looking for like the quick fixes and buy my program or whatever it is. Nothing is personalized, nothing is about the client themselves, and they're just looking for that quick fix.
And I think it's such a vulnerable space for people where it's like people feel insecure about their bodies, or they don't feel healthy, or they just found out bad news about health or something, like, and they want to make a change. They're vulnerable, so they're willing to throw money at it. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like
100%.
the religion thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not religious. I know I got a lot of friends who aren't religious, but then people on the deathbed, for example, say, "Oh God, why me?" Like they're because they're vulnerable
they're reaching for
something at that point, and there's like, you know, like I need 100%. Something.
And unfortunately, in the fitness industry, that's what sells.
Yeah.
Keeping people confused and keeping people unsure about what the heck to do is how this fitness industry grows.
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy to me. It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's basically the equivalent of like a client coming in for us and us not properly teaching them or educating them so that they don't grow, so that their journey here doesn't progress, right? Because then, we can keep the client, right?
The client. Like,
then the client has to stay with us, and the industry is literally. The fitness industry, the online, influencer industry is growing by just keeping people confused. Let's just feed them as much random information as we can. Quick fixes, all these little programs, little fads.
I've seen some nonsense
yo-yos,
out there.
Crazy.
You curl every day, you get big calves. I'm like, what?
I know.
Like,
and then everyone's confused.
Yeah.
And then And then the same influencer is selling things that contradict each other even, right? Because, I got it.
Who cares?
Right?
But
Who cares?
I find it's not just influencer. I find it's society as a whole because,
Totally.
I mean, I'm just going to go back to entrepreneurship. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs and they're like, well, when am I going to get my break? And I'm like, how long have you been at it? They're like, 4 months. I'm like, whoa, like relax, like chill, like take it down a notch. You got a long way to go because people do want the quick fix. And I think because it's sold so easily online that people believe they can have the quick fix.
Totally.
And like that's why people go with it, right? Because people don't want to put in the work, right? They don't want to, be told that they're wired different, right?
And that's exactly it. And you can't go into entrepreneurship with that mindset. You can't go into it thinking that this is like the easy way out of something. You know what? Like I read this thing and it was like it's like this funny thing going around online saying where they're like, oh, I wanted to make my own schedule. I wanted to do this. I wanted to go on vacation when I could. So I opened my own business. Now I'm working 24 hours a day.
You go from 9 to 5 to 5 to 9.
100%.
Literally, that's what you do.
That's what you do. And you need to understand that and also kind of just accept it. And if that's what you want, then that's, to me, I would never go back to corporate world. I would never go back to a 9 to 5.
I'd let my business fail 10 times over and start 10 more.
100%.
10 more and just gamble.
But only people with that mindset will succeed in entrepreneurship because I don't want the other
Wait, we're supposed to succeed? There's a point where we succeed. Did you hear that? If you run your own business, you can succeed at some point. That's crazy. Right? It's insane.
But for us, it's like the other option isn't an option.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So we're like, this has to work. I'm going to do this. I'm going to die doing it.
Yeah.
And so be it, right?
And I don't mind putting in the hours or the work or there's something about it where it's like, it's fulfilling.
It's
you know what I mean?
fulfilling.
And now that I'm starting to get a taste of the freedom, like we're literally here on a Thursday and I came like just after lunch.
Totally.
Right? And I'm just sitting here shooting a podcast, like having that freedom and doing like a passion project. It's like,
100%.
okay, the last, 5-6 years, it was totally worth it because now I get this like half a day I can do this
Totally.
for something I want to do.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Building that life that you can feel like you're never working a day in your life is pretty cool.
So fitness, entrepreneurship, competing, I want your perspective on consistency and resilience. Because I love this. I think being consistent and being resilient is like the hardest thing to come by in a human being. And when you find it, like, I want those people in my network. Like, I'm so happy we've been connecting over the past few months, being able to do this. I want to continue connecting, maybe do some collab stuff. And like every avenue you've gone down is literally those two things, right? So like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, no one's perfect. At the end of the day, it's just like we discussed. It's making a series of decisions over and over again to get you to somewhere. But showing up every day and being consistent with your efforts is what will get you there, right? It's an effort thing, and like you said, like we're okay with putting in that work. We're okay with showing up every day and having to do that grind work. But consistency is just about effort. That's all it is. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to. Everyone always talks about like discipline as well when it comes to being consistent, but being disciplined means nothing unless you actually want it. It's like you've got to want it. You've got to show up and do the work. You can be like a disciplined person, but if you don't want it in that field or whatever category it is, you're not going to do it, right? So many people are like, I'm not disciplined. I can't do it. And it's like, but you are. Do you show up to work every morning?
Yeah.
Do you feed your kids?
Thank you.
You're disciplined.
Someone literally does the same thing every single day. I'm not disciplined. I'm like, you're alive, so you eat every day, you drink every day, you walk every day. Like, you are disciplined.
You're disciplined. It's just not in the field that you want to be disciplined.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a huge thing.
It is, yeah, and people don't look at it from that perspective. So I love that you can point out that perspective.
Yeah.
Let's talk about dealing with people. Can you read people now? I find I can read people pretty good. Now that I've dealt with clients, like walk in the door and I'm like, nope. Or walk in the door and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
it's true, right?
Yeah.
But being able to like chameleon basically, I adapt my body language or my energy that I'm giving based on what they give to me. Yeah. Because that's going to make them feel the most welcome and supported and connected. And I think that's a huge thing in growing relationships is just being able to adapt to them and connect with them on something. First 20 seconds of a conversation, I'm always trying to find something that they say that I can relate to. And then that carries the conversation through, and
I
it
just
makes
got
us
red when I
feel
walked in the
connected.
door. I literally walked in the door. I know she read me now. Like, she's just like, you're right on
I know what he's
time.
having for dinner tonight.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a big thing, right? Connecting with them and reading their body language, reading maybe what they need from you. Like, we get a lot of people in here that I can tell they're a little hesitant or they're nervous, and I know they need a lot more from me. I know I'm gonna have to carry this conversation a little bit more and really pull them out of their shell a little bit more and dive a little bit more maybe into like the community that we've built here or the type of environment that we have here, right? And they don't even need to say anything for me to read that, right? And
so the chameleon thing, I like that because we do have to accommodate clients and people's feelings and stuff. Like me with renovations, we deal with hundreds of thousands of dollars, like literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. So do you find when you're out of that role, you don't chameleon as much? Because I find I don't.
Yeah, I shut
like literally
down
now,
sometimes.
now like part of the reason I have a podcast is like, I want to get better at something. And I'm like, what do I love to do? And I'm like, I love being on camera. Favorite topic, me. Like, boom, right? Like, that's it. And that's T-Dog. I tell everyone that. I'm like, my favorite topic's me. So I love being on camera. But I've had multiple people tell me, like, you don't know how to have a fucking conversation. Like, you are so hard-headed. You don't know how to converse. Like, and I'm like, well, if I'm bad at that, I'm going to start a podcast. Like, full-blown video, lights, everything. Like, I'm just going to put myself out there and learn to do that, right? But it's very unfiltered.
Right.
Because that chameleon's on all day. So it's like, at home, I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with that if I don't want it. Yeah,
I am the exact same.
Right? Because you only have so much in it, right? You have so much input in a day, like you need an output, right?
For sure. And you have to be always on for your clients or whatever it is, and I totally get that, for sure.
Now, you're always picking people up. You're always helping them reach your goals. And I did want to ask this question specifically to you in the fitness industry. Because I find entrepreneurs all face it. I just want to know how bad it is with you, because it's like you're constantly making other people better. I know you compete, but that's a challenge. That's not like make yourself better. That's like putting yourself, through shit. So from there, like, how's a lonely chapter? Like, there's got to be a lonely chapter where you're always helping other people, but like you're not helping yourself. And I know like you keep fit, stay healthy, but like there's got to be a phase where it's kind of like, okay, I've helped so many people today. Like, I need to call someone. I need help.
Yeah, and you know what? It was like that for a really long time at the beginning. It took me a while to get to a point where I could actually just take time for myself and be like, no, I'm not going to train this client. I was the yes man. I was the type, like, a client came in and was like, do you have 5 a.m. available? Yeah, I'll be there, right? And it took me a while to get to a point where I was like, no, I need to structure my day so that I can be actually effective and for the clients that need it, right? That I already have or whatever it is. And it took a while to get there, but it's definitely, it drains you. It definitely can be super, super lonely at times. But because of that, it's forced me even more to create a really good community here, because then I can get fulfilled on the other end with it actually even being work. Yeah. And then I'm fulfilled with the community aspect here. But yeah, it's daunting. And it took me a while. It took me a while to get there, to kind of perfect my own processes and figure out ways to keep myself fulfilled and on my own journey while having so many others rely on me for that. It's hard. It's challenging, for sure.
How do you feel about redundancy? Because I find like I have chapters or seasons where it's like, wake up at 4:15, go to the gym, go to work, come home, work on this, work on that, spend time with the family, back to bed. Like, it's like, it wears on you, like, mentally, like it does, right?
I think it's something, the bodybuilding sport is the king of that.
That's what I wanted to ask. Yeah, it's like it
literally is. You are living Groundhog Day every single day. It is the same thing over and over again. I think it's just something you kind of get used to be honest, and you just learn better ways to do each of those things, and you just try to find fulfillment in each of those things. Like, as weird as this sounds, literally like eating. I'm trying to figure out how I can eat, because obviously eating is a big thing in bodybuilding. I'm trying to figure out ways
fraction of it,
to eat more productive and more like efficiently. And there's actually science behind this where the only thing you should be doing when you're eating is eating. You should never be watching TV. You should never even be talking with anyone. You should, how crazy, eh?
I eat raw chicken or pasta on my desk as I'm typing with the other hand. I'm even though if I just spend 5 minutes eating, 100%. I'd probably type twice as fast, 100%. But I'm
and you know what? I used to be like that. I used to do all my emails and stuff while I was eating. I used to have meetings. I used to do everything because it was just, there was not enough time in the day, and I would just, because my processes weren't there.
Yeah.
I did not schedule myself well enough, and now I'm like, no, I'm going to take this half an hour. I am literally just going to eat. I'm going to look at my food. And you know what? I have way more fulfillment in just eating now.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
But as a business owner, you think the world's going to fall apart.
You think it's going to fall apart.
But then you sit there and you eat for that half an hour and look at that, the world's still here.
It's just a half an hour later.
Yeah, wow. No one even knew I left. It's crazy the way it looks.
So true.
Let's give you a little bit of an open floor because as you guys can see, she printed notes. When I came to the table, I'm she has notes. I've never had someone actually print notes as a guest. So
I'm a really notes-driven person.
What can I expect? I'm I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm just gonna wing it as we go. So let's give you an open floor.
Awesome.
You can talk about your businesses, the industry, experiences.
Yeah. I think I definitely would love to touch on mentors because that's a huge thing in entrepreneur world, obviously, is feeling like everyone always needs one mentor and and everyone thinks it always has to be this structured type thing where you meet weekly and you sit down, and it's so interesting because I never actually ever had a mentor. Did you at all?
No, I just got around the right circles. I know
exactly.
I got in the right circles and it was just their floor was my ceiling, and I'm okay, let's go, game on. Okay, now I know I can.
Big thing, eh? Yeah, I never want to be the smartest person in the room. I would actually hope to be the least smartest in the room.
I never have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Any room, I'm not the smartest.
Man, I'm a gym person.
Did we just have T-Dog ask how to unlock a door or something like that? Just how do you lock the door?
Yeah, it's a big thing, surrounding yourself with a circle of people. I think within every category too that you can learn from, whether it's business, whether it's anything, mindset,
Honestly, I am so big on mastermind groups, and I'm in one. I've been in it for 6 years. T-Dog actually just joined it. Awesome. They actually have a free call Thursday if you want to jump on. But honestly, it's a pay to play. I don't even know how much it is. What, $250 a month? $250 a month, but see, now the numbers work. We had a podcast and we put this out there, and I did the that, asking how much time have we got, and he's doing the. It's not even enough numbers to make a time. You know what I mean? So this is a whole back end inside joke in case anyone's wondering.
That's so good.
But getting into this group was just life changing for me.
Yeah.
Because they weren't mentors directly, but the things people are doing in these rooms. One guy in the group, he retired at 36 and he has 21 businesses or something like that. Another guy's setting a world record for consistently running half marathons every day. He's on day 468. Cool. I have another guy who just up and left his business and said, I'm moving to Mexico, you guys figure it out. And his business has been running 5-6 years. You get into these rooms and I'm totally. I literally show up every day and I think I have a problem. These guys are muscling through. And that's what I mean. My ceiling was here and their floor was here. Yeah. So I'm you know what I mean? So I didn't have one mentor, but I had a group of like-minded people that were a mentor per se, but I never did a one-on-one kind of thing with them.
Yeah, same.
And how about you?
Yeah, 100%. Just connecting with, networking all around, connecting with the right people, putting yourself in the right circles, and never closing doors. That's a big thing too. So many people feel it has to be yes or no or black and white, and it's networking can just be networking, you know, and it can just be connecting on surface level things and just growing that network of people, right?
I think there's 3 avenues to networking, and there's business, personal relationship, and personal development.
100%.
I have networks where I deal with business, and then I have networks where it's we just have personal relationship, and then I have a network where it's like personal development, where like these people in my network are like pushing me to do better kind of thing. And I think people like align in different, like if me and you networking, I feel like we could align in all three.
Totally.
But then other people, it's like, okay, I'm sticking you in the business avenue, and like that's where we stay, because as people, I don't see us aligned too much.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You're doing well. You've never crossed me.
Yeah.
But I just don't see us being at the same level, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and it's just making those connections in those different realms for sure. Do you think that like personal, because I do, I'll just put it up. Do you think personal development actually will, whether you focus on personal development or not, your business will be that much more progressive with it?
The next question.
No, I just think
It's
it's
on my
such
sheet. It's literally right there.
Okay. It's because I think it's a huge thing. Because you just brought it up, the whole like business avenue, personal development, professional
I think my business
development.
does better because I'm big on personal development.
100%.
I make faster decisions because I have less time, because I'm trying to put more on my plate.
Yeah.
I'm moving faster,
Yeah.
which puts me around people that move just as fast as me.
Totally.
I respect myself. When I walk in a room, like I feel like I'm fit, I'm clear-headed.
Yeah.
Like people respect that.
100%.
So like, I think if you're not going through a personal development journey and you are working in business, you got to fucking do it.
Totally.
Because like you are going to excel tenfold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure you feel the same way, right?
100%. Like who you become literally determines like how your business will operate, how your business will progress, grow. It's such a big part of it. Or we get a lot too from the online client perspective, because usually when you're doing clients online, all your check-ins and stuff are just like voiced things or like WhatsApp or whatever. And they'll be like, "Oh, I see you online, but you haven't like gotten to my check-in, or you haven't, responded to me in a day." And it's like, just because I'm online, or they're like, "You posted online, but you haven't returned my text."
Yeah.
It's like, what type of entitlement do you have that you feel like because I'm posting something online, that means I'm gonna get to something to do with work or get to something, you know what I mean? It's the craziest
I was out for
thing.
dinner once. I literally had a homeowner come up to me and like touch me, and they're like, "Hey, I know you're out for dinner, but like I'm still waiting on that estimate." I'm like, "Oh my God, I was there at 3 p.m. today."
Are you kidding?
I swear to God, I'm like,
That's crazy.
"Oh my God," like,
I know. And it's just something like, as an entrepreneur, you have to learn to kind of just like rub that off your shoulder. And just
I literally did that. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it when I get home tonight.
Yeah.
You know.
And then be okay with getting it to them 24 hours later or whatever, right? Because you can't hold that guilt on you. You can't be like, "Oh my God, I have to get home."
That goes back to the yes man, right?
Totally.
Yeah. But again, that goes back to the time thing, where they're like, "Oh, you have an hour free, let's do lunch." I'm like, no. Just it doesn't mean it's yours.
Yeah, 100%.
I decide whose time it gets, right?
Yeah. You can't be a yes man. You gotta, if it's not like, you gotta say no to it for sure. Yeah.
So we had a mic die on us. Thanks, T-Dog. And he's so embarrassed right now. Like he's just like, he's dying inside. And one day we're gonna get him on camera. I'm debating on what week we're gonna put him on the podcast. Right?
That'd be good.
We'll let Kendal interview you. She's vicious.
No, I'll record.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, you're good at interviewing. Look at your notes. You just take my spot, right? Like, so I don't even know where the mic died. Yeah, I don't even know where we left off.
What were you talking about? We were talking about like time blocking and saying no to people and.
Yeah. So while our mic was charging, we were talking about one, time blocking, how crucial your time is, and that's how you become efficient. 2, your time. Like we were just talking about networking more, maybe grabbing lunch, stuff like that, and somehow it came up where we were saying like, do you ever have someone say to you, like, "What do you do at lunch?" And you're like, "Oh, nothing." And they're like, "Oh, let's grab some to eat." It's like, no. And they're like, "Why not? You're free." And it's like, doesn't mean it's your time. Right? It's just like, it's not entitled to, like Kendall was saying, like she's had clients look over her shoulder and say, "Oh, you have an empty slot right there. Can I fit in there?" And she's like, "No, like I'm starting at 5 a.m. and I'm working till 10 p.m. Like I want that hour to myself, like kind of thing." And as entrepreneurs, I find like a lot of them don't respect their own time.
I know.
They don't like give themselves that freedom. And we were just talking about it on last podcast, 2 podcasts ago, where I think we're wired in a way, and I think it's like the fitness industry online. Like you get flooded with all this information when you become an entrepreneur, and they're like, being busy is a badge of honor. It's like, no, you're not. You're a fucking idiot. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm busy moving the needle. Like everything I'm doing, like we were talking about the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So everything on this, if I'm plucking away at something on that spreadsheet, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm moving the needle towards something.
Being busy is different than being productive.
Yes.
Being busy is fluff to
Yeah.
me. Oh, you're busy. I'm this. I'm that. I'm busy. Being productive is such a different thing. And if there's no productivity within that busyness, you're just it's just
It's constantly moving the needle. That's my thing, right?
100%.
We were just talking in my shop about it.
With it. Yeah.
And I think knowing that you're productive allows you to become that person where people wonder, like, are you wired different? Like you were saying, like with your goals of like doing the bodybuilding competitions and stuff like that. And like me, like having my structured plan, like Tarun was talking about like, how do you get up at that time? And I'm like, because I have to move the needle. I know how much I have to get done in a day. I have a goal. I have my spreadsheet where it's like, these are my tasks for the day. I'm like, if I don't get up at that time, I'm not moving the needle towards that.
For sure.
Which results
And then you'll just be busy all day.
it'd just be busy. Yeah.
Busy doing nothing.
That's what it is. You know? That's like the corny thing entrepreneurs do. She's like, look at my calendar. I'm like, let me show you my calendar. Like, literally, it's like the corniest thing in the world.
I can tell we're both such competitive people. We're like, no, mine's busier.
Yeah, right. Well, these great things are where I have to eat, right? Why I have bathroom breaks in mine.
I literally will not eat if it's not in my calendar.
Right? So anyway, all right. So a few questions I always ask people at the end. One thing is, you're in front of the world. What's something you wish someone would ask you?
Oh, wow, that's a challenging one.
That's why I didn't let you see the whole sheet.
What the heck, man?
Well, you came with 27 notes. I'm like, I gotta hide something. I gotta keep
Like
something
a
like.
page novel.
I know. She killed 9 trees.
Wow. So someone's asking me.
Yeah,
this
like
question?
if you were like in front of the world and you're like, you know what? I just want to get one thing out there. I wish someone would ask me this.
Wow, that is such a challenging question. I really like that question.
Right?
Though. Has anyone ever asked you it?
What?
I'm gonna
I
do
think
a
someone
Uno
did on an
reverse
episode.
here.
I think I answered that on an episode.
Did you? That's good.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. No, stop flipping the script. No, this is on you right now. Like, see what you did there? I almost fell for it. I almost fell for it. Yeah.
Just gives me time to think for a second.
Yeah.
No, I think, you know what, I think a good question, and I don't even know if I would want to, I don't know if I would want to answer this or even just ask a bunch of entrepreneurs this, but if they could go back and do something different, would they? Or would they just keep trekking forward? And I think it's like, I like that question because it just like opens the floor to so many things. Like from like a knowledge perspective, knowledge is power at the end of the day, like what you can learn. And we said like, you make a decision, you learn, you adapt, you grow. You make a decision, learn, adapt, grow. So like if people could go back and change anything about it and what they would change, why they would, if they would or wouldn't. I think that would be my question, is like, what would you change? Yeah.
And I don't know if I'd change anything. Like I feel like even starting a business later on, I think having the employment prior and the positions I had as an employee built those skills to get me to be a good entrepreneur, right?
Totally.
So it's like, I like that question. Yeah. What would you change, or would you go back and change, like do something different?
Totally. And then I think another one too would be being a female in such a male-dominated industry is big. Like it's from a like a hierarchy perspective or a like respect perspective. A lot of the time, unfortunately, when people like come into these facilities and things, they look to like a man for guidance. They look to like the male figure of like the gym world. They always think that there's something more elite to them.
Can I open a can of worms? Can I please open a can of worms?
Do it.
Let's play devil's advocate. Do we have time on the cameras? Oh yeah. Do you find, because I feel like men are guilty of this in like the construction thing or mental health or something like that, like especially mental health, men are guilty of this, is we're our own worst enemy. We come in there chest beating when we have a group of men trying to like better ourselves. I'm like, but everyone here is fucking competing, right? Do you find in the fitness industry, part of the blame is to women because they sexualize it so much?
Yeah, 100%. I think so.
I find a lot of that, even like some of the influencers and stuff like that, because I follow like golf, comedy, entrepreneurship, fitness, everything on like social media. And I'm like, 90% of the female
For sure.
influencers, I'm like, it's sexualized to an
Yeah.
aspect. Like, there's 20 other camera angles you could have given me.
know.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
know.
I get why,
I think
and it does work, but
It sells.
you're kind of setting a
know.
Band-Aid on, like,
For sure.
you know what I mean?
I think that's actually a really good point for anyone watching this when it comes to like getting something online or getting information for people online. You can easily, just by separating those two, find people who are doing it for like an education purpose or that reason, right?
Yeah.
And it's very easy and to separate the two and know as a viewer what it's for. And if you unfortunately are watching the influencers or, you know, the content of more of that sexualized stuff, they 90% of the time their information is wrong or they're right. They don't have that education behind them. So that's what they're reaching for. That's what they're grabbing for, right? In order to sell their programs or whatever it is.
And I find it's that, like, guilt on both sides where it's like women, they kind of like sexualize themselves, but men are just as bad for watching it, for, you know, like
Right. I know.
entertaining it. So women put out more, but then the more that goes out, more men watch it.
Yeah.
It's like this
Yeah.
vicious cycle where I'm like, well, men like it and women like have the
Totally.
followers. So I'm
For
like,
sure.
it
For
kind of works
sure.
for both sides, but it's
Yeah.
killing the industry. Like,
Totally. It's really killing the industry.
it's almost
for
like
sure.
guilty by association, the
For sure.
fitness industry, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I think though it's so important. Like the deeper you get into this field, you're able to separate yourself from it.
Oh, yeah.
And the bodybuilding world is really guilty of that. Like when we compete, we go literally on stage in like a bikini and
Yeah.
you know, we're flaunting around, people say. But we look at it as such like a science-based thing.
Yeah.
We don't look at it as like, oh my gosh, look at her bum and look at her. We literally are like, wow, her
Symmetry,
glute striations or like her delts or
Yeah.
like, we don't look at it like that, right? It's like, it's human kinetics. It's like an actual body. There's nothing like sexualized to it, but you really only get to that level when you're so deep into it. All the surface level stuff's really sexualized.
It's like entrepreneurship. It's like, you know, put your head
100%.
down, work harder, put in 24 hours a day, 7 days a
Yeah.
week, go, go, go. But once you get deeper into it, people are like, I bought back my time.
Yeah.
I delegated and I don't work anymore. And they're
Yeah.
like, and they're the most successful entrepreneurs,
100%.
but they're so deep into it, they understand that, right?
For
So I
sure.
think every industry has their thing, right?
For sure.
Okay, last question. So I like the guests to be part of the episode. You're gonna get content out of it. So I wanna know, what would you name this episode?
What would I name this episode? Oh boy.
We literally named the episode this, so.
We're literally gonna name it.
Yeah, literally, that's what we do. Well, the first episode, like, he's like, what do I name it? And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Pressure is on. You guys, why can't you just do the work for us?
yeah.
I like the idea of like something to do with like always pushing forward and progressing.
I like pushing forward.
Pushing
That's pretty
forward. Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
That works with fitness, that works with everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Pushing forward.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm good.
I know. She started asking me questions. Like, Lily started asking me questions halfway through the episode. Like, okay, so you got an open floor now. You can talk to your camera,
Cool.
talk to your guests, talk to listeners, whoever you share the episode with.
Wow.
You can give all your social plugs, a little
Yeah.
closing, like your
Cool.
little mantra, like, you know.
Yeah, I think definitely there's a lot of people always are like, how do you do it? How do you do this? How do you grind 15-hour days? And I just think like, just do it. Honestly, you just do it. You learn and you figure out ways to like implement it into your life so that it's just like part of your lifestyle. But if you're someone who's like questioning whether you want to open a business or become an entrepreneur, I think it's really important to sit down with entrepreneurs and have conversations like this because it's not something easy to do. It's not an easy fleet to take on. And I think too many people, unfortunately, just go into it thinking that it's like rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah, it's not.
And I think having those difficult conversations and like looking at yourself in the mirror and figuring out if you're someone who can do that is really important. because you got to be some type of way to be able you got to have thick skin. You got to be able to be resilient. You got to be able to push forward.
Yes. Boom, nailed it.
So yeah, I think it's just like, if that's something that you see for your future or something that you want for your future, start connecting with those types of people. Obviously, AJ is a great resource for that.
Kendal is too.
Thanks.
No, she's taking over the episode. I'm just sitting here like.
But do it. Like you'll create great relationships. You'll grow, and it's a fun journey. If you end up going that route, it's a fun journey, and you'll get to meet people like us, and it's something that's definitely rewarding. Put it that way.
And I feel like you're at the same level where if someone that wanted to start a business, if they picked up the phone or shot a DM or something like that,
Totally.
like we're not too busy for you.
No.
We talked about it, but like someone going to start a business, if I can give you advice, like
For sure.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like those are the place I want to put my time. We're not scary. We're probably going to answer you directly.
Yeah.
We'll take the time to talk to you. Like when we were talking about like not giving up our time, those empty time slots are for bringing value, for self-care, for stuff like that. That's what we want to do when we get to a certain level. And like when you're where we're at, it's like that's just as important as our revenue line.
Yeah.
It literally is like bringing value and having like personal development and stuff like that. That is just as important as the money coming in. So like, don't be scared to reach out. Like, you know what I mean?
100%. I was there once, right?
Yeah.
Like we were all there once, and I think if I even could have had more people like us, I just reflect on like how much more that would have helped, right?
My breath would smell better because I wouldn't have eaten so much shit. Like literally, like it's true though. Like
Yeah, no, 100%. It's for sure. But yeah, I think that's all I have.
social plugs.
Oh, social plugs. Strongstudio.orangeville for here, and then my own is Kendal.fit.
And we'll share those all in the comments. We might have to do part 2 because I feel like there's a lot left on the table here.
I totally agree.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We could do a series.
Yeah, do like a series, eh? But that was Forgetting the Noise podcast. This episode was awesome. We're going to go crush a leg workout right now. So we'll get some behind the scenes on that. We'll get some promo videos going with that. And besides that, like just go out and just push forward, I guess.